Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, October 12, 2023. 727 doctors will be welcomed to the public health system following the approval of established posts within the Ministry of Health and Wellness and the regional health authorities. Portfolio Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton divulged details in Tuesday's sitting of Parliament.
This is in addition to the 140 additional posts that were granted in response to COVID-19. Madam Speaker, this is roughly, to put in context, a 60% increase in the number of physicians that can be employed within the health system.
Also, as of April 2023, all physicians in the public health system now hold established posts, abolishing contractual employment of doctors. This is part of a three-stage reform of human resources for health, which is expected to improve service delivery.
We're expanding services, especially in the peripheral hospitals. The Type C hospitals will all offer specialist services in general surgery, pediatrics, obstetrics and gynecology, internal medicine, emergency medicine, anesthetics and radiology in parish hospitals.
On Sunday, October 15, the ministry will begin advertising posts for the new jobs created for all hospitals and primary care centers within the public health system. This current phase will be rolled out over the next 2 to 3 years. In addition, 200 training posts will be made available. Plans for nurses, public health inspectors, and other professions supplementary to medicine are being finalized. Millions of US dollars in export deals and contracts have been secured by local businesses that participated in the last 7 business missions of the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce. The business missions were executed in North America, Europe, and the Caribbean region to drive increased exports in goods and services from Jamaica. During his recent presentation for the State of the Nation debate in the Senate, Minister Aubin Hill disclosed that 97 companies and 133 business executives participated in the trade missions, which secured tens of millions of US dollars worth of contracts, with others still being negotiated. The companies range from very new, even ones unlisted on the local stock exchange, to medium-sized and well-established businesses in manufacturing, contracting, trading, and ICT.
We have 16 ICT people. I didn't know we had 16 ICT companies in this country. When I started, 6 went with me to Ghana. They went with me to Canada. They have business. They're getting business in Trinidad, in Guyana, in the United States. They went with me to Britain.
Entertainers, athletes, and persons who ply their trade in the cultural sector will soon be able to apply for a circulation visa to travel to European countries. This is a multi-entry visa that lasts for 5 years and will be a better option for regular travelers than the Schengen visa that's valid for 30 days. The preliminary information is among several matters that were discussed at the 7th Jamaica European Union Political Dialogue on Monday. State Minister for Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Alanda Terrelong, gave the update while speaking at the launch of Jamaica Digital this week.
Certainly there are some requirements to be able to be eligible for that visa, and of course it involves traveling to the EU maybe once or twice previously. It might cost a little bit more than the ordinary visa that gives you a single entry that might last 30 days or so forth, but certainly that is good news for all our cultural practitioners and our athletes to note that in applying for your Schengen visa to enter the European Union, you can now apply for a circulation visa, which is a multi-entry visa that can last 5 years.
Minister Terrelong says that among other areas discussed for continued partnership with the EU are digitization, health, youth, education, citizenship, justice, and crime fighting. Jamaica and the EU have enjoyed 40 years of bilateral cooperation, which has benefited Jamaicans in many sectors. The Ministry of National Security is advocating for better ways to deal with persons with mental health issues who have committed criminal offenses. The view was shared by State Minister Juliet Cuthbert-Flynn as she addressed the Paint for Mental Health workshop on Tuesday. The event was in recognition of World Mental Health Day. Minister Cuthbert-Flynn emphasizes that individuals who struggle with undiagnosed mental issues require specialized institutions to receive assistance, treatment, and guidance concerning the status of their mental health. She argues that usually once an offense is committed, they become subjected to jungle justice from residents, leading to even innocent persons suffering from mental health challenges being accused, beaten, and killed at times.
This is a very troubling phenomenon in Jamaica, where individuals who are suffering from mental illness may commit offenses and then they're subjected to vigilante justice rather than receiving the appropriate legal intervention. The consequence of such action can be very devastating for everyone involved, including the individual with the mental illness, their families, and also our society.
Turning to the mental health of students, she says similar issues are being played out at schools with bullying and outbreaks of group fights.
It is imperative then for us as a society to recognize this issue and to take a collective action in creating a supportive environment both at school and at home that can make a difference.
And finally, the National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, is on a drive to educate citizens about electronic or e-waste and how to properly dispose of it. E-waste refers to any equipment with plugs, cords, and electronic components that are at the end of their useful life. These include mobile phones, personal computers, peripherals such as printers and keyboards, televisions, and associated cabling. Director of Operations at the NSWMA, Aretha McFarlane, says there is a noticeable increase in the amount of e-waste being generated due to the advancements in technology, and as such, citizens need to know how to properly dispose of them. She was speaking at a JIS think tank last week.
E-waste contains dangerous chemicals such as lead, mercury, and other things. When these are deposited on our disposal sites, the potential for fire increases exponentially, and as such, we have to ensure that we dispose of our e-waste properly as a citizens.
Ms. McFarlane says persons may dispose of their e-waste at the NSWMA head office located at 61 Halfway Tree Road in Kingston or any of its regional offices island-wide. These are located at 232 Spanish Town Road in Kingston, Unit 1A, LOJ Commercial Center in Montego Bay, Unit 4A, Mandeville Plaza, Manchester, and 2 Stormont Road, New Buckfield, Ocho Rios, St. Anne. Ms. McFarlane further indicates that persons may contact the NSWMA via WhatsApp at 876-448-3220 to make the necessary arrangements for collection.
We also facilitate collections from companies and businesses with large amounts of e-waste to be disposed of. You may contact our offices for such facilities to be available to you.
Meanwhile, the NSWMA will join the world in observing International E-Waste Day on October 14 under the local theme, Make Haste and Recycle Your E-Waste. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.